Hello, beautiful souls. How are you? I'm a little late today. I had to kind of like move this back a little bit. So I have a channel message for you from Mother Nature. And I also wanted to talk to you about divine love and how to use it in your life because it is very powerful and you can use it to heal basically anything. And also it works to disarm those around you that might be toxic in your life. You know those people, right? I've been getting a lot of clients and people in my energy that keep coming up who have had narcissism in their upbringing, in their lives, and they are working through that trauma and working to release this. And divine love is one of the key energies that you can tune into to release this. And so I wanted to show you some of this. Let me know if you're here. Actually, I'm going to check here my computer to see, because as you guys know, Facebook sometimes does weird things in terms of not showing me who's here or who isn't, right? So let me see. I'm just checking to see. Just want to make sure that you guys are seeing me. Am I showing up? Yes, I am. All right, guys. So please say hi if you're here and let me know if you have any questions or anything like that. Right, so I'm going to start with showing you and teaching you how to use divine love. Divine love is not your love, meaning it's not part of your energy, yourself, your body. And so, especially when you're using divine love in order to stop someone who is toxic towards you or who has things that are hurtful, in whether it's especially mentally, right? People who are saying things to you that are feeling kind of weird, or making you feel less than or down, you are pretty much not able to give your own love to them. So love is the highest frequency, and love can basically conquer it all and dissolve all. But if you are in a situation when you're feeling bombarded or being less than, right, intimidated in any of those ways, then it's really difficult for you to tune into the energy of love and give love to that person, right? Because it's like, well, no, right? You have the human in you that is beginning to pull back. Hi, Melanie. Pull back and say, no, this doesn't work. And so this is where divine love comes. You want to connect with divine love and then send that love to the person or to the situation, right? So it's not yours, it's divine love coming from the highest source, from the divinity, your higher self, whatever you want to call it. It's not yours from the human you. And so it's much easier to send that love to the situation or the thing that you want to heal. So what you want to do in order to do this is you want to put your feet down on the ground, like not crossed, like down, and then you want to bring your hands together, and it looks like, you know, just like when you will go to do some type of prayer. What this position does is it brings your right hemisphere together with your left, or your feminine with your masculine, sorry. Positive, negative. So it brings all of those two sides of you together. And then you want to bring down and invoke the angels. And you want to invoke and ask for their help, their divinity, to come down and help you. So you want to do that first, and then you want to invoke it and ask for, I invoke the divine love to come down with the help of the angels for the highest good of everyone involved. And so feel that energy of divine love come into your body. So if you're going to feel, it almost feels like a warmth embrace, right? Like this warm feeling coming into your body, right? So you ask for divine love to come and enter your body. And then you say, I am aware of, and here is where you put whatever you want to heal. So let's say it's like an energy vampire, right? You can say, I'm aware of the energy vampires draining my energy, and I'm going to stop here to give you other examples. You can say, for example, I am aware of my beliefs of scarcity that no longer serve me, or I am aware of my beliefs that I am not good enough. Anything you want to heal, right? And then you say, and I now ask for this to be released and completely be removed from all of my energies in all timelines, present, past, future, with the help of the angels from the highest source of love. Okay, now you don't have to say it like that exactly, because I know we are linear. We have learned to live and to understand things in a linear way, and this is the gist of it, of how you say it, right? You bring down the energy, then you invoke what you want, and you ask for their help to be able to remove that from your energy field. But if you forget what it is and something else comes through for you, that works too, because it's your intention that works. So basically, you just need to understand what you want to do. You want to plant your feet on the ground without crossing your legs, because that's grounding you to Mother Earth. Then you want to bring your hands together in front of you, because that is connecting your right side with your left side. And then you want to open yourself up and ask divine love to come within you. Hi, Molly. And fill you up, and then acknowledge what it is that you're working on healing, right? So for example, I acknowledge that I have this sense of scarcity, or I have this sense of being less than, or I have this sense of or old belief that I am not good enough, or that I cannot use my gifts in order to be successful or to help others, or that the gifts that I'm hearing and becoming aware of are just made up. I am aware of this. So you invoke that you are aware of it, and then you ask divine love to come down and help you remove that with divine love. And then you allow like a couple of seconds, 2-3 seconds, to just feel the energy fill your body, because you're asking from them. And then you want to take a deep breath in through your nose, and you want to hold it, and then you're going to exhale it through your nose as if you're getting rid of something. So it's going to be like this. Okay? Then you let go of your hands, and you are ready to go. You just let it go. You can do this every day. You can do this anytime. You can do this with anything or everything that you want to heal. It is the highest frequency. Now, divine love is poison to lower energies. So if you are dealing with someone like an energy vampire, those are the people who just suck onto your energy, right? Energy vampires are people who are attracted to your light, and they're always coming with a lot of drama, a lot of things are happening, everything's always going wrong, but they're attracted to you because they see your light. But they want to tell you and give you all of this information, which is really dark, which is really deep, which is really negative, to suck that light out of you, right? So divine love, I should say, well, it's the same thing really. Divine love is poison for that. So when somebody comes up, and some of you know who these people are, right? Everybody has somebody in their life who you know you're going to get on the phone, or you're going to get to talk to them, and you're just going to suck your energy out. You're going to feel completely drained and tired afterwards. You know who these people are, right? So you know this, the person is coming up to you, and you just connect with the angels, connect with divine love, and you send divine love to them. Again, this is not coming from you and your heart. This is you sending divine love through you towards them. And what that does, if the person is really in a negative cloud, where they're not able to receive, where they just really are, this is part of their journey, when they just are completely going downhill into all of the negative things that are happening, they're not going to want to light up or heal from it. Then what's going to happen, they're going to physically feel uncomfortable, and they will have to leave. Something will happen, they're just going to have to leave, remove themselves from the place physically, and they're going to leave your space. If the person is open to healing, whether they know it or not, if they're open to healing and they're open, hi Tao, if they're open to receiving divine love, then what's going to happen is you're going to see them physically soften, their demeanor is going to soften, and they're going to begin to release some of that anger, some of that sadness, and begin to heal. So when you send divine love, which is coming from source, out to whomever it is, right, that is sucking your energy or making you feel bad or bringing you down, all of those things or any of those things, then sending divine love will stop them and remove them from your area. That means they will leave physically, and they will also stop calling you. And the second thing is that they will, if they're open and ready to receive, they will begin to soften and melt, and their heart will begin to open and receive that divine love. So that means they're going back to remembering who they truly are. Source, love, right? We are all made out of love, all come from source, who is pure love. And so they begin to remember this, who they are, and they begin to soften and begin to heal. And maybe they're starting to open up a little, to want to find out more as to how to do this, and maybe ask you or whomever else is around them, or maybe it's just a video or a book or whatever it is that comes into their awareness, and now they're able to open it, see it, and begin to read it, whereas before they couldn't, right? So sending divine love to anything and everyone or anyone really is helpful without using your energy. So I teach a lot of, in all of my journeys, I teach how to trust your intuition, how to trust your gifts, and to figure them out so that you can begin to open up and use your gifts. And the trust is the biggest thing, right? But the other thing that always comes up is that that I've seen a lot of people, is that people feel drained, right? They work on somebody, like let's say somebody's doing Reiki on someone, and they feel drained afterwards. That is because they're using their own energy. See, this has never happened to me when I work with somebody, because I am not using my energy. I am just the vessel from which I allow divine line to run through me and then send it to the person, the client that I'm working with. I'm not using my energy. And so this is why I can very easily work with someone, as heavy as it might be, and then close my the session and clear the energy, and I'm good to go, right? I don't get drained down, and it's because I'm not using my energy. I am using divine love. So this is a tip for you, and it's coming out really strongly because there's so many people that have come into my awareness. I said this at the beginning of my chat, that are working with healing themselves from narcissist parents or family members, or that type of stuff. And that's really difficult, right? Because you're in that place where you're feeling smaller. And if you see yourself sitting in front of a mirror, or if you just see yourself sitting and your shoulders are like in, and you're like this, right? This is a telltale sign that you are feeling like someone is throwing things at you, and you need to protect yourself. Because when we do this, right, you are protecting your heart, your belly, right? All of these areas that are really, really vulnerable if you were to be physically hit, right? I'm not talking about that, but that is an instinct that we get. So when you see if you're working with other people, your clients, if your clients sit like this, right, body language that they're feeling attacked. And then it doesn't have to be physical, it can be verbal, right? The verbal, the narcissism, all of those feelings of making people feel less than. So then as you begin to clear these things, that you're going to see the people around you, and this could be in your family, whomever you're trying to help, beginning to sit up and bring their shoulders back and open their chest up, because they're feeling safe and they're healing from it. And all of this can be done through the use of divine love. You can use it for your own healing. So let's say that you have some type of block, right? In this business, everybody talks about blocks. What's blocking you? I feel blocked. I feel stuck, right? This happens so many times. And so you can say, okay, I bring in divine love. I am aware that I have a block, referring to perhaps my health, right? That I keep getting sick, or I keep one thing after the other, and I just don't feel good, or I don't have the energy. I am aware of that. I am bringing down and asking the angels to bring down divine love to help me heal this from this timeline to all timelines, past, present, future, and for the highest good of everyone involved. And so it is. So notice how I just said it differently right now, right? I said it's like the same thing, but a little bit different. It's okay. I'm trying to let you know that it doesn't have to be exact. There are so many places that you can find where they have specific things you can read, right? Invocations of this will clear this will clear that. Yes, they work. But where did they get it from, right? Where did the first person get it from? They received it. They received it from somewhere else, or someone gave it to them, right? It doesn't mean that that's the only one. You are here to hone into your own knowing, your own feelings of what you know, and then use the words that come out of your mouth for you. So whatever is coming out through you as you're doing a healing, either on you or on someone else, those are the right words for you, because it is your intention of doing the healing that is actually doing the work. It doesn't really matter what's coming out of your mouth in terms of what exact words. And I want to be clear on this, because a lot of us who are still working very linear, we get stuck on those things. I'm like, oh, I didn't say the right word, or what was it that she said, what was it, the few lines, let me slow this down and copy it down. And this is how we think. That's the ego. And what does that do? The ego is stopping you to tell you need to have this step by step, the same exact words for it to work. Otherwise it won't, and then you give up because you don't have the words, right? It's not like that. It's what's coming in from you, from within you. What words are feeling good to you as you're creating the invocation, the prayer, or whatever you want to call it. And then that works for you, because you are an individual and you are having your own unique gifts and your own unique ways of healing. Okay, so that is divine love. I hope that this has helped you. Let me know in the comments how this worked, if you have heard about it before, if you have used it, and also what you can be healing from yourself, because it is so powerful to connect with this energy. The more you do it, the more that you will begin to feel within your body what that energy feels like in your body when you ask it to come in. So after you ask that divine love energy to come into your body, you're going to feel something within you, whether it's a warmth, I'm feeling a warmth right here, or something like it's engulfing you, like an embrace, from like a loving embrace, something. You're going to feel it in your body. The more you do it, the more you're going to become aware of what it feels like for you, and then you're going to get much faster at acknowledging it and seeing it, and then being able to know that the energy is actually there with you when you're asking for help. Because whenever you ask for help from divine light, from the angels, they're actually listening. They're here, right? That is actually true. A lot of people are like, I didn't see anything. What's going on? You don't have to see it. You don't have to hear it. You don't have to feel it, right? It just all depends on on your gifts, on how you are able to receive, right? And sometimes you don't feel anything, but you're going to begin to tune into how it is that you know that the energy is within you. Okay? All right. Let me see. I'm just checking over here for comments. Okay. So now I want to give you the channel message that I got from nature. So you saw me yesterday. I had my nice little bouquet that I created out of dry flowers from a wild mint plant that grew in my yard, and it had like all these beautiful shoots. And so I just made this beautiful bouquet. It smelled delicious, and then we started making crowns, my son and I. And I was just really well immersed in it. And you guys know I have a program called Beyond the Separation that was downloaded for me in one day after I did a group session with for light language. And this is a journey for healers and light workers, so someone who's already done at least some of the work, right? And because I have done this program already like 1.5 times myself, I am so much more connected with everything, and that includes nature. And so now when I'm in my home or when I'm outside, I actually feel the energy of the things and the and nature that it's around me. And so I was outside and I was really connecting, and I was just receiving, like, this is the message from Mother Nature. And I didn't have time to do it yesterday because I was with my son, so that's why I wanted to do it today. So I'm going to read it to you because when I came home I wrote it down. And this is what Mother Nature says. So are you ready? This is channel message. It says, merge with nature. Allow it to speak to you and through you. Feel what it feels like to just be, without worries, without judgment, without needs. Be in the moment and know that you exist forever. And so that is such a powerful message from Mother Nature, because if you think about it, right? Mother Nature, trees, plants, right? They're always just growing and they don't worry about who's looking at them. They're not saying like, oh, that one's growing up taller than me and this one's brighter than me and that bright. They're not worrying about it. They're not worrying that there's a storm. They're just blowing along with the storm, if there is one, like a windstorm or rain, right? They don't care. They're just being, and they're just shining their brightest as they are. And they don't worry, and they're not judging other flowers or other trees or other bushes and saying, oh, that one's growing too big or that one's too small. Or they're not doing that. What the plants are doing, what Mother Nature is doing, is just being. It's just growing, receiving from Mother Earth, receiving from the rain, receiving the air, receiving the rays from the sun, and they're just becoming the best that they can be. That is what Mother Nature does, right? And that's what they were giving us, the people, that message, to merge in with the energy of the earth. So expanding your soul, expanding yourself to merge in with the energy of Mother Nature and begin to feel what it feels like to just be and to just grow and, you know, continue living by just the pure sense of living, of just having that joy of being without having an agenda, without comparing yourself to others, without judging others, right? Just being you and sending that love. So when the plants and trees are outside, they're just receiving from what I just mentioned, right? The earth, the sunlight, all of those things. And that's it, right? That's what they're asking for us to do, to merge in with that energy so that we can feel what it feels like to just be in the moment right now, and expand yourself to feel that sense of being and in peace. Yes, that just came through. Peace. They're saying peace because they're saying that so much is going on in the world, right? And when we tend to tune into what's happening, and usually, you know, the news that happen are nothing light or nice, then we tend to just go down, right? And sometimes we feel bad and we feel even guilty, right? Like, oh, what that happened? How can I help? Maybe I can't help. There's nothing I can do to help them. We feel powerless, useless, right? And what Mother Nature is saying, just be, just being in the moment and being that light of love that you are, that is enough to spread the light into the world. So you don't need to feel all of the feels and get yourself down. You can feel them, become aware, and then release them, send them back to Mother Earth. Mother Earth was also saying to use it to ground and send down any type of negativity that you attract during the day, like any feelings of sadness or anger or all of that. Just send it down to Mother Earth, because Mother Earth uses all of those energies and it transforms it into beautiful things. All right, guys, I hope that these two things helped you out. I will be back tomorrow because my son is off school on Thursday and Friday this week. So I will not have time to go live during the day on those days. So I'll probably come back tomorrow to do some card pulls for you. Let me know if you are interested in that. Oh, and I also wanted to mention one of my clients, Arushi, is in Dream Weaving You, and she's towards the end of it, and she just posted that she's offering 5 free readings in exchange for testimonials. So I am so thankful for all of you who have taken that chance and given her that opportunity to practice her beautiful gifts. She is incredibly talented, and you're going to love it. You're in for a treat if you got one of those 5 ones. So she's offering 5, so just make sure that you understand if more of you are posting there, that she may not get to you, because she has time for 5 for this round. So I'm just letting you know, she is completely amazing, and I am so thankful to her and to you guys for being here and giving her the opportunity to practice with you in exchange for a testimonial. So thank you so much for doing that. I know how it felt for me when I first started, right? Mali says, I'd like to know more about your Beyond the Separation program. Oh yes, it's in my website. I can send you a message if you want to talk, but it's in my website. So it's all about becoming one with everything. So you become one with every other being, and that's the good and the bad. And then you use divine love to be able to see the good in everyone, because we are all divine beings, we're all divine souls, we're all love, right? It is only when we come down to earth and we're having this earthly experience in a human body that the ego gets in the way, and then we forget who we truly are, the divine being of light that we are, the powerful people that we are, beings I should say. And then that's when people start to act differently, right? And do things that are hurtful to others. And so Beyond the Separation is about that. It's about becoming one and learning how to become one and merge with everything and everyone. And what that does is it really wakens up your feelings inside, your understanding of the power and the grandness of who you are, and that allows you to bring in towards you more of what you really want to create in your life, because then you understand that you are not just this one little poor person who has no powers and no what is the word that I'm getting the word useless, but it's not useless. But you can't do anything, right? You can't do anything with the help of others, right? That's how we are brought up to be. But once you remember that you are part of the grandness of one, of everything, then you understand that you do have the power and you can do the things. And so then you get into that energy and you begin to draw into you all of the things that you have been wanting to much faster with much more ease. That's what Beyond the Separation is in a nutshell. But you can look it up on my website. I can put it over there for you. And you can also book a free chat with me if you would like more clarity on that, or find out if that really is the good match for you. All right, so yes, I'm doing carpools tomorrow, probably around this time as well. Yeah, because it seems to be a really good time for a lot of people to be able to reach in different time zones as well. And yeah, that's it. So I was telling you about Arushi. Thank you again. Oh, that's what I was going to tell you. That I remember when I first started doing the work that I do, that I had all of these doubts, right? Like, I'm making it up. It's just in my head. I can't really do it. They're just saying I did it, right? All of these are the same exact thing that everyone goes through when they haven't used their gifts, right? And when you first go out there and you offer your gifts, and you're like so scared, like, is this actually going to work? And then you see that it does, and then you're like, oh my gosh, right? So it's like a really amazing thing to experience when you're first trying it out. And what did I want to tell you also about Reiki? So I use Reiki when I first started, and I was explaining what I thought I could do to my mentor. She said, oh, like Reiki? And I was like, not like Reiki. It feels bigger than that. And it is bigger than that, because I work in the quantum field, and I work with different energies, right? Reiki is amazing. And then what I did is I actually did take a Reiki course, and so I am a Reiki practitioner, right? I'm not a master. So level 3, which is master, means that you can give the Reiki to somebody else. Okay. Level 2 means that you can work with other people and do them like this, long distance as well. So I can do that. But even though I did that, I still don't get to use it. And this just came into my awareness this past month. It's like I'm no longer using it because the energy that I'm attuned with right now, that I'm using in my healings and in my readings and all of that, it is a higher dimension. So Reiki still seems to be in the third dimension. I don't know like where this came from. Like it just downloaded. It's more like understood and held in the third dimension, and the energies that I'm using are more from like the seventh dimension, and so it's really higher, it's different, it's faster. And when you have certain things, then you end up not using them. Does that make sense? But it's really useful for me to understand more of what the energies look like and how they come through and all of that stuff, right? So I don't know why I'm telling you this. This is just coming down to tell you. I'm kind of like scattered today. All right, I apologize for that. All right, so I hope that you like the divine love energy and how to use it. If you didn't catch it, if you're just coming in, catch the beginning of it, because it's where I show you how to use divine love energy in order to heal anything that you're going through, and also to stop the energy vampires or the narcissists around you and all of the people who might be quite negative around you, which is a huge big thing, especially for us healers, because usually as a healer we are born into a family where no one else is awake, right, except for you. And then it's really difficult to shine your light with all of these voices of negativity around you. So it's really important to use this divine love energy to not only to protect you, but to also send that away, right? Send that negativity away from you without you having to fight, without you having to create some type of feeling where you're feeling down all the time or you're doubting yourself all the time. You just send that divine energy and that person stops doing it, because the divine energy is toxic for them if they're not ready to move forward. And if they're ready to move forward, then it begins to dissolve that wall of I don't want to know, and they begin to heal. So either way, it stops for you, right? So use this energy, it's amazing. And again, you can use it all day long if you want, every single day. There is no such thing as overdosing on divine love energy. Okay, it is super wonderful, powerful, and natural. All right, guys, I love you so much. I will be back tomorrow for live carpools, and I will see you then.